What's up, guys? Coach Hot here. Just want to talk a little bit about the difference between a PR and a training weight, or a max effort set, an all-out max effort set, the best you could possibly do in your training weight, right? So an all-out max effort set, right? That's a single attempt, however many reps it is, 1, 3s, 5s, whatever it is, a single attempt at the heaviest weight you can possibly successfully move for that set. So let's look at the bench press, for example. Let's say you're trying to go for a 5-rep PR of 100 pounds on the bench press, right? Well, if you get that 5 reps, you're not going to be able to do a single extra rep. You gave it everything you possibly had. And guess what? That is going to fatigue your muscles. You're not going to be able to, even in the same training session, sit down on that bench and hit that 5 reps again. If you truly gave those 5 reps, you're all out max. Okay? Here's the important thing, though, and I think this is a source of frustration for a lot of people. That training weight, the weight that's actually going to enable you to progress forward on a regular basis, is going to be less than your all-out max effort. Let's look at it on a scale of 1 to 10, right? 10 being your all-out max. When you did that 5 reps at 100 pounds, that was 10 out of 10 effort, right? Or 10 out of 10 rate perceived exertion is what it's called. RPE is a 10 out of 10 on the RPE scale. How hard you feel like you were working, right? You're not going to be able to repeat that again in the same session. You're not going to be able to give a 10 out of 10 effort on a second set or even a third set, right? So when we got our 3 sets of 5 or 4 sets of 3, whatever it is we're working on, and you guys try to put your PR weight on the bar, that 10 out of 10 weight on the bar for your first set, you might be successful on that first set, but guys, you're setting yourself up for failure on those second and third or even fourth sets that you need to do, right? So what's better to do, maybe that 100 pounds is your PR, but your training weight should probably be more like 95 pounds, right? And maybe that 95 pounds is what allows you to have about an 8, a 7, 8, maybe a 9 on the RPE scale, maybe a 9. It should be more of that 8 range. And when you're in that range, now all of a sudden you can get that 95 pounds for all 3 sets. They're with good technique, and you see progress forward, right? And it's working with that training weight that you're going to see the progress. When you try to push the PR weight every single week with multiple sets, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Guys, think about the long game, right? It takes time to move that training weight forward, as it should. It takes time to adapt, right? So I want you guys to think about what may be your training weight on a particular lift, right? If your PR is on the board at 100 pounds, it's probably not going to be 100 pounds every single set. You need to have a weight that you can complete all the assigned reps with, and only after you can successfully complete all of those assigned reps do you try to move forward the following week, right? So let's look at we typically do a 3 set of 5 scenario, okay? And so let's stay with our 100-pound example here, right? And so let's call this week 1. Let's say that I did, 90 pounds for my 3 sets successfully here in week 1. So I had 90 pounds successfully for 3 sets. The following week, I'm going to do my first 2 sets at 90 pounds, right? If I feel like I'm moving down that RPE scale, so last week maybe all 3 sets were like a 7 or maybe they were an 8 out of 10 for all 3 of those sets, and this week I feel like, hey, I was kind of more like a 7 out of 10. I think I got a little bit left. Then maybe I try to go to 95 that 3rd set, but I still do my first 2 sets at 90 pounds. Okay? And that's how you progress from week to week, right? Maybe on that 2nd week or that 3rd week in this example, then I still open with 90 pounds, but I was feeling pretty good. Maybe it's a 6 on the RPE scale, right? Maybe it's still a 7, but maybe it's a 6, right? And so maybe I try to progress that 2nd set to 95 pounds. So then I do 90, 95, and then 95 on my 3rd set, right? But I'm still not trying to push that 100-pound PR every single set. It's just not going to work. So again, this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to leave you with this, guys. Figure out or think about where you have what weight on the bar is going to give you a successful set at about that 8 out of 10 on the max effort scale, on the RPE scale, right? And that you can do with good form for all of those sets, right? That's the weight that's going to allow you to progress forward assuming that you're mastering the technique and giving it a good effort. I'll see you guys in the gym.